Hey everyone, Troy Casey here to talk about the beers that we're releasing this April. First up, we've got Jammy. This is our collab with Side Project out of St. Louis with Blackberries, one of the jammiest versions yet. Next up, we've got Season Past. This is a blend of single barrel of a 2-year-old East Bank barrel that is tasting excellent. Next up, we've got Backdrop with Chardonnay grapes. So this is our buckwheat farmhouse ale with local Colorado Chardonnay grapes. And then last but not least, we've got Undertone, which is our oat farmhouse ale with Ruby Cat Pluots. So a combination of plums and apricots. All these blends are tasting really nice right now. We've got them on tap at our tap room. Come check it out. First up for this month's release, we have Jammy, our collaboration with Side Project, made with local Colorado blackberries. I have been so excited to release this beer because I think this is one of the jammiest versions that we've ever done. Woo, lively. This is just a 2-barrel batch, so very, very small, but it's one of the jammiest versions I think we've ever released, and it's excited to see you guys too. Super dark, local Colorado blackberries, at a rate of probably 5 pounds per gallon, just massive flavor, incredible complexity. Just the body that we get from these blackberries is just so much, it's just so cool in these beers, like to get the perceived sweetness from the sugar alcohols that are in the blackberries. Even though all the sugar is fermented out, the unfermentable sugar alcohols create so much flavor and complexity in the beer. Big fan of this one. It's almost not even, I mean, if you didn't know you were trying a sour beer, you might not think it was sour. There's so much body, so much intensity from those fresh blackberries. These are some of my favorite beers to try fresh, just to really get the bang for your buck, if you will, with the fresh blackberries. So we got this new batch ready to go for you. Next up, we've got Seasons Past. This is a single barrel of an East Bank that aged for 2 years. So East Bank is our honey farmhouse ale. This was a single barrel, even like one of the smaller barrels, not even a punch-in, just a small barrel. Massive foam stability. It's crazy what putting a beer in a barrel for 2 years, what can happen in that. We never put a beer into a barrel expecting to last that long. This was definitely one of those beers that we kind of got lost in the mix and we didn't really pay attention to. And so when we came back and tried it, we were like, now we're talking. What I love about this is it's got the classic East Bank characteristics, but there's way more complexity in the nose. There's a hint of ethyl acetate, so that's some complexity, some really nice red apple characteristics that come from that extended aging. Some oak that came from the barrel for over 2 years. It's going to pick up some natural like vanillin from the barrel. But it's not too sour. Very clean acidity, just rich complexity. Like the complexity that you get in the nose is definitely amplified on the taste as well. And so this is a fun one. No fruit, just a great example of what can happen if you put a beer in a barrel for 2 years. This is a good one for sure. I love that nose. Next up, we've got Backdrop with Chardonnay grapes. So these grapes came to us from Palisade. Backdrop is our buckwheat farmhouse ale. We did this one at about 2 pounds per gallon with the Chardonnay grapes. There we go. What I love about when we do these non-preserves blends, where it's about 2 pounds per gallon, is you still get a lot of the complexity and the characteristic of the base beer coming through. And that's definitely the case here. Some really good sweetness that's coming from the fruit. The base beer is in full form. A lot of complexity from that. We get It's like eating some of the flavors, like the sweetness, like eating like a dried white grape. My kids have been eating those recently, and so that's why it's coming on my palate. But yeah, this is really nice, easy drinking, big body, rich body. Again, medium to low acidity. This is a good drinker for sure. Last but not least, we've got Undertone with Ruby Cat Pluots. These Pluots come to us from Palisade as well. Undertone is our oat farmhouse ale. We get a lot of complexities in the nose from those, from that base beer. And this is the last plum beer that will be releasing from the 2023 harvest. So we've been doing one of these a month for the last few for the last few months, but this is the last one, I think, that we have in the back that we've been sitting on, and this is a fun one to end on. You get that awesome foam stability that we get from our plums. Pluots are a combination, a hybrid fruit of apricots and plums, but they definitely look and taste much more like a plum. Oof. In the nose, huge plum characteristic. Even though the color doesn't really show as much fruit intensity as you might think, in the nose, there's tons. Oh, so good. I get a lot of pear characteristics in this. There's a lot of complexity, but it really stands out compared to all the other plum beers that we've released from the 2023 harvest. Again, medium to low acidity. This is a great one. All right, cheers, EF. We thank you so much. Can't wait to see a lot of you this month for our first reunion party. And here's the summer. Cheers.